We've got some repairs that need made on the route from the warehouse to the harbor up here. We've got a bunch of trees, stuff down over the road. So, yeah, right here. Yeah, I guess the rain came and kind of glazed over that mud. Get this, some sand down. There we go. And we'll have this section of road fixed again, at least until the next time. Is Roadcraft like SnowRunner? Because that was my first, my first questioning. Because, well, it looks like SnowRunner, and yeah, we've got these, we've got big open maps. You've got objectives, big open maps. You got off-roading, vehicles, things like that. But instead of it seemed to me with SnowRunner, I was largely doing deliveries, just off-roading and delivering things from place to place. Here, we're actually like running a construction company, and I'm going to show you some of that today, some of what we're doing here. Now, this is like basically the first real map. It's called Aftermath. We're about halfway through it. And so here in SnowRunner, and I want to get into this here, but we'll get in and do some stuff, and I want to show you around. Oh, here we got a truck going through one of our routes that we've opened. So we got a truck going through one of our routes that we've opened. Now the thing is, so here it's supplying infrastructure and logistics to areas that have had, have befallen natural disasters, right? Here we're in the aftermath of a big, huge flood in northern Africa, and we are restoring infrastructure and supplies to the local towns here. This town, and there's another town over on the other side of that mountain over there. So it's more than just delivering stuff via off-road vehicles. It's clearing a path for right here. This was an AI truck. This is an AI truck that you see here. It's delivering stuff for them to get through, and we're in charge of all that. Now here on the left side of the screen, you see these are some of the routes that I've cleared. A couple of them need maintenance. We can work on that. I want to have a look at our objectives, and I'm going to show you some of the things that we do here. It seems to me, so like in SnowRunner, the vehicles you had a big selection of vehicles, but they were mostly just, they delivered stuff. They were flatbeds and cargo trucks to deliver stuff. Here we've lots of different vehicles, and they all have purposes. I think all in all, there's 70 some vehicles in the game. I can show you some of what, I will show you some of what we got here. So we got, okay, a crane. That's something you would have seen in SnowRunner. Here's something cool here. This guy here. This is a recovery vehicle. This thing is actually surprisingly fast. It is. And really heavy. This will get absolutely anywhere. And I can use this as basically a mobile recovery point for my vehicles. So if we're working on one stretch of road, we can park this anywhere. Right now I have it parked here, and we can recover our vehicles to it for a little gasoline. Now the gasoline, your individual vehicles don't use fuel. Which, the way I see it, unlike SnowRunner you did, well, this game is a larger scope. It's more focused on multiple vehicles and running a company. We do have gasoline. You see up there in the upper right-hand corner, that little purple, it's got a gas can, it says 15 by it. I use it for things overall for the company. This is more focused on company logistics and running a company than it is just one particular vehicle. We'll get into that. Some of the other vehicles we have, like for instance, we've got stuff specifically for construction. Although actually I think a lot of it has been put in the garage. You can see, so I got two garages unlocked on this map here. We can see the vehicles better in the garage. Should have just thought of this off the start. So here we have a paver. And this right here we actually use to put down asphalt. And then we'll can use this to basically we will go over, and we'll probably do this at some point here today. You'd put down sand, you'd grade it, you'd pour the asphalt, you'd roll it, find a way to the steel pipes facility. These are both like pathfinding kind of missions here, but we'll be doing some road creation a little bit. It's the gas power plant. Where's the gas power plant? Oh, there we go. Let's go ahead and track that. All right, so we got to find a way to get to the gas power plant. So we're going to go up to this town here. Now, what we can do is we're actually going to recall our vehicle up to this garage. This is one of our garages. So what we can do is, actually our truck's already here. Yeah, our truck's already here. So this is our scout vehicle. You got a couple choices for scout vehicles. You can drive a pickup, or there's a couple SUVs. Now, so yeah, you probably saw, I'll address this. So we do have two routes here that says need maintenance. These roads are always breaking. Okay, so one thing about Roadcraft. the conditions of the roads degrade over time. Everything you do on the road affects the road permanently. So the more you run vehicles through a road, it will degrade. And I gotta say, I'm completely spoiled by this. I cannot go back to any other system. It's great, but it means your roads are breaking down all the time. Pretty much until, it seems like, until you just go through and get a road entirely paved, it's just gonna keep breaking down on you. For now, we're gonna find a route out to this gas power plant. There it is right there. So what we do with the scout vehicle is we just kind of want to see, basically, first and foremost, anything in the road that we're going to have to push out of the way. Get an idea of, well, bits of the road like this, that obviously we're going to have to put some kind of path through here. We're going to have to come through here with, we may have to grade it. It never hurts to pave stuff. So far, I haven't seen paving a road being needed, but it's all what you want to do. We're definitely going to have to push this stuff off the road here. That goes without saying. I like to pave roads. I like to do, you know, as much work as I feel is necessary. Alright, pull this door open. That's the wrong button. There we go. We pull the doors open with the winch like this. Is kind of cool. No, hit the wrong button again. There we go. So this, what I was hitting, this right here lets you detect mud, like the deepness of mud around you, which is really, really handy. Yeah, we're gonna want to use our truck to push this open here. Push this open a little better. Your scout vehicle comes in really, I mean, the scout vehicle is for, you know, exactly this kind of stuff. Alright, so we found this place. Let's see what we're supposed to do. Let's get up here and see what we're supposed to do here. Looks like this is pretty straightforward to clear a path to. We're just going to have to get a path through that mud that we saw back there. We need to get up there. Right. Now, a lot of this stuff can turn into a puzzle. They'll definitely have you working your way through construction sites, almost like a platformer. Going up ramps, knocking down walls, driving over things. Pushing stuff around with your car, almost like Rocket League. Maybe it's an odd comparison, but yeah, no, you'll find yourself pushing strange objects with your car to open things, almost like a platformer of sorts. Let's have a look at the map here. Can we see any way to? We need to get up there. Well, there's certainly other roads back there, but looking at the main road, let's. So this is a steel pipes factory, which actually is one of our objectives. So let's actually open this. All right, for our main goal, reviving the town, we need to relaunch local production. Let's go to the steel mill in the south. Check out its condition. Be advised, a storm might have left a few roadblocks in your way. Clear a path once you're done. All right, let's go ahead and track this because we're already here. We're already at this place here. So let's, yeah, the gas plant, it looks like we're going to have to go a little further down the road. So yeah, when I think about SnowRunner, I think just about, it was really fun off-roading. This is all new level insane. It doesn't focus as much on the simulation aspect of changing what gear you're in or how much fuel you're using. This is more macro instead of micro. This is focusing on more everything. And the roads, yeah, the roads degrade over time. There's a lot more to your area of objects. Yeah, so we need to clear. So when it says that this yellow area here needs to be cleared of objects, we'll bring the grader up here and do that. It's really, really good at that. This road here seems like a logical way out. Now, when you plan your routes, I was gonna say route. I said roads. When you plan your routes, you can make them anywhere you want. We'll show road planning. So, like, when I tell, the whole idea is we're clearing routes for AI vehicles to get through and deliver supplies to the town. And we can direct them down, you know, this road here. We can direct them down this road here. We can make our own road. If there's a spot in this road we don't like, we can make a road off to the side. And that's why when you make the routes, and we'll see road making, when you make the routes, you make them point by point. You lead them step by step. So it's kind of, it's very precision, very finicky, but that's so that you can lead them down a particular part of the road or around a road or around an obstacle. depending on what kind of car comes through here, yeah, that'd have to be fixed there. If we went this way, now this route definitely looks more direct, but see, this would pretty much require a lot more fixing along the way. Well, one thing's for sure, we're going to get the grader. Is this the way we came through the other way? Let's see, I kind of got turned around here. Yeah, that's the way we came. Let's leave the truck here. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to leave the truck there. We're going to get our grader out here. Now, right now, our grader is way down like here, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the nearest garage, which is here. We're going to get our grader, which is right here. We're going to pull it back to the garage, and then we're going to launch it from here. It's one good way to move around the map. Is we have two garages open here, as I believe I've said. Once you have the garages open, you can you can pull a vehicle back and deploy it at either one of them. Now, likewise, I could also deploy it at our recovery vehicle that I showed. That costs gasoline, but as you can see, we have plenty of that, but I haven't had the need for that yet. However, we do have there is one, we're not doing this in the video today because it's a little far out there. There is, a pretty far out of the way thing that we need to fix. And for that, I would be taking the recovery vehicle out there. I'm just going to push this shopping cart out of the way. It's really no big deal. This wouldn't stop anything, but let's push this out of the way. Things in the road will stay in the road. Things in the road will get worse. You know, tire tracks in the road get deeper. Mud holes get rutted out and get deeper. Rocks get pulled into the road. All this stuff persists. Everything in Roadcraft persists. So yeah, any damage on the road will get worse over time, which is just great and honestly really essential for a game like this. If I beat that porta potty up enough, it will destroy. I could destroy that porta potty with this blade, actually. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, a lot of stuff is destructible. Far as I know, pretty much anything is destructible to the reasonable degree that it would be. Barrels, pallets, when you run over them, you see them crunch under your tires. Porta potty didn't crunch, but you saw that once I lowered the blade on it, it just smashed it into plastic bits. A lot of this stuff here is that table, that's no big deal. Yeah, see, I just rolled over that, just crushed that. Just want to make sure this road is clear. Trees are the same. You see me crunching parts of the tree. What's I hung up on something? Oh, that curb. Smaller like branches here, watch, this'll crush this pallet right here. We run over this. Branches will crumble under the tires, like big limbs and stuff. Oh yeah, the pallet broke up. So we want to get this up here. Primarily, the main thing we want to do is push this big stuff up off the road. Those rocks shouldn't be a big deal. We're gonna get this big stuff pushed off the road, and we're gonna want this up here also because we're gonna fix some of this road where the truck was sinking down. We're gonna fix that. We're gonna try using this road here for the route. I'm sure it'll have us make a route. You don't have multiple gears and stuff really to worry about per se. Now we do have all-wheel drive. Now, okay, in this particular vehicle, if you can see the bottom right-hand corner, those are symbols for four-wheel drive and differential lock. Now, those are locked on with this vehicle. This vehicle is in full-time all-wheel drive and diff lock. But the thing is, since there's no simulated fuel per vehicle, there's no reason not to just run your four-wheel drive and your differential lock on all the time. There is a low gear selector, which you see it's now locked in low gear, but low gear, I'm just saying that is something that matters in this game. It's not as simulation-y as SnowRunner, but low gear does matter because it'll make your tires spin less and tear up less stuff. And that's particularly important here because in this game, bits of the road that get messed up, they stay messed up. And so putting your vehicle in low gear is not only a matter of getting through some places better, but also tearing the road up less for the trucks that have to come through there later, you know. So right now we're going to push this stuff off and we're going to get up to where you saw where it told us to. And now doing all of this earns us XP levels and money. You can use this to buy vehicles, which well, we're not at the shop right now, but I can show you guys. I'll remember to show you guys the shop where you can check out the rest of the vehicle selection. You can only view the trucks that you actually have access to buy. So I can show you them in the shop, but we can't actually look at them. But we'll go to visit the shop and check some of that stuff out. For now, I just want to make sure we get some of this stuff here pushed out of the way and see what the next step of our mission is. This stuff pushed up here. There's a few modes to this grader that you see me run in here. Now, get this thing hung up on my blade. There we go. Right now, I've got it on sand flattening mode. Now, sand flattening mode is a good way to push stuff around because the blade's not going to tear up the ground. This is kind of a, I guess you could call this kind of a hack. Sand flattening mode, it raises the blade up when you back up or when you stop, and it lowers it when you're going forward. And this is strictly for grading sand, which it's really good to push stuff with. Here's the thing. You can put it in this mode, in marching. This is for driving. This is for driving. It keeps it out of the way for driving. The other mode is manual. Now in manual, you have full manual control of it. You have full manual control of it in manual. And no, those annoying pop-ups are not necessary. You can turn that HUD off there, which is great because I don't like those. But in this mode, the reason I don't push stuff with it in this mode is because this mode will deform the ground. This will tear up the ground. So if you're going over bumps and hills and stuff, and that scrapes the ground, it will affect that. So I'm pushing stuff in sand flattening mode because this will only push out and level sand. Because it also just gives us it also just automatically puts the blade in a nice position. And we're going to get this stuff pushed off out of the yellow box here. Your scout truck, as you saw when I was driving the Hummer, you saw it's got a winch on it. You can use to pull stuff. It also attached to objects, often objects like this, allowing you to pull stuff. I don't know if I could attach it to these, but you can attach the winch to a lot of things and pull them. It wants us to go over here somewhere. Let's see what it wants. All right, let's see what they want us to do here. Objective complete. Find a way to steel pipes facility.
Like the steel pipes facility needs major repairs. And by major, I mean more than you and I can handle in a few minutes. Set up a route from Mbala to the steel pipes facility. Our people will take care of the rest.
Alright, so we gotta set up a route here. Well, one thing we're gonna want is we're gonna want sand. So let's pull up our map. We're gonna get our dump truck out here. So here's Mbala. We're gonna get so we need to make a route basically where, you know, where we naturally thought we were going to have to. So we're going to get our dump truck out here. We're going to teleport it to the garage by finding it on the list here. Keep reading which, there it is. Retain. And then deploy. Now, this truck here will move 10 tons of sand at a time. And the way it works, it's pretty neat the way it works. You can fill your truck as long as you're within any sand quarry area, which luckily the town of Mbala up here is. That's lucky because here, let me show you the map. Zoom out, and we're going to change the filter to sand quarries. And the entire map, I read somewhere that these maps are 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers. So yeah, here you can see how big the map is. And that whole area, this is the sand quarry area. So as long as you're within this area, you can just fill your truck up with sand, which I think is a great convenience, especially since if you're not in here, like for instance, you see there's a vehicle parked out here. Yeah, we're doing some road repairs out here. If I want to get sand out here, I have to drive all the way over here, get sand, drive all the way back. 10 tons at a time. It can take a lot of trips. Luckily, what we're doing here, we're really within the radius of sand quarries, so we can just keep filling the truck up. So up here we got a pretty long stretch that I know we're going to want to put grading on. Now, one thing, we can get an idea. This should be in the infrastructure list. Yeah, right here. You can see the route appeared here. Okay, so here's our routes. 2 of them are running fine. They're normal. They're all good. Well, they are for now until they break. Here's 2 that are busted because just bad areas in the road. We can get to those later. And this one, you see, it says it's got the white line. It's not green or red. It's got a white plot line through it, and it says remaining reward. I mean, it means there's yet a reward to collect on this. We've received all the rewards from these, so I'm just keeping these maintained just because I like to. But so you can see this is the one we need to do, and it says right there, Mbala to steel pipes facility. And when we click it, well, if we click it, it won't show anything because it's not there yet. So we know that we need to make one here. And in the upper right-hand corner, you see there's a little green tire. That means it's going to be an on-road vehicle that takes it. It's going to be a van. It's a 4-wheel drive van, but it means the road's going to have to be fairly smooth. If we go down to this route here, see it's got in the upper right-hand corner, it's got an orange knobby tire. That's an off-road truck that takes that path. That one's got a lot more leeway. I wanted to check that and see what kind of vehicle, you know, are we clearing for through this. We're clearing it for, you know, a van. So we're definitely going to want to use this paved road here as much as we can. And we're going to want to get the surface preferably graded all the way, because those vans, they will find occasion to get stuck on everything. They will constantly get stuck as they drive these routes. They will, of course, dig more into the mud, and eventually, after repairing a certain route, and if you play this game, you'll see what I mean. After repairing a route enough times, you will have eventually the whole place just graded. All right, so we're going to start laying some sand down here. We're going to want to put this in low here. Get some sand laid out here. Now this, yeah, this takes practice, and I'm not the best at it. All right, that takes practice. Luckily, though, because we're in a quarry area, we can just fill the truck. I didn't know if we were still in it. Yeah, we're actually within the quarry area, so that's really, really lucky. We can just fill this up here. Otherwise, we'd be making another trip out here. Now, the sand will move, will slosh out of the truck. Like, for instance, unlike other games, if this truck tips, like this game has real physics in literally everything. If this truck tips, the sand will tip out. So if you're taking your dump truck over kind of an area with an incline, it may slosh side to side out of the truck. Happens all the time. So that means that, let's refill this with sand. It adds some trickiness to dumping this, because as the truck pitches up and down, the angle of the bed changes how much sand is coming out. So there's a real fine touch to this. Yeah, a lot of times the act of dumping the bucket tips the truck up more and causes it to tip more sand out. All right, we're gonna see how this does for us here. Whenever you park a vehicle, always make sure to hit the parking brake on, because they will roll away when you're not with them. Like when you're not driving a road, the AI vehicles that do drive it, I mean, if there are AI vehicles on it, they will tear it up, you know, when you're not there. Your vehicles that you park without the e-brake, they will roll away. I've seen them roll away when I wasn't even in them. So everything pretty much really persists even when you're not there. That said, what I said about AI vehicles are only going to be patrolling on roads, your roads, where you currently have a route assigned and is functional. And you can stop them at any time. You can hover over any route and stop vehicles on it so that you can do maintenance on it. Because one thing about the AI vehicles, they don't stop for anything. If they're on the road and you're on the road too, they will plow right into you. It's I hope they do something about that. But you can shut them off the road. But yeah, just FYI, they're only going to run on places where, you know, you've set routes. So now we got this in sand flattening mode. We're going to run over this. So, you know, I probably titled the video something like, you know, is Roadcraft like SnowRunner? That's, you know, and the thing is, yes and no. I mean, it's got all the beautiful systems from SnowRunner. This game is sporting a new engine, though. I'm told this game has a new engine, but you got the same beautiful systems that you'd see with the mud, you know, the mud and the water and everything like that. But the ground deformation in this game is absolutely not like anything I've ever seen. I've never seen any ground deformation like this. That it's just always, you know, always here. Everything you do deforms the ground. We're going to make a couple trips over this to get this graded down good. The realism and just watching every little, you know, everything here is like all of the sand, the dirt, and the gravel is all like volumetric, and like everything it does compounds with everything else. Like, you know, you could fill in a lake with rocks and sand and pack it down and make a road over it, you know. It's very cool like that. So we've actually, yeah, it looked pretty bad with the dump truck, didn't it? But it looks pretty good now. In fact, we could pave this. We could absolutely pave this right now. In fact, why don't we pave it for the, you know, we're going to drive this back up to the garage, and we're going to pick up the paver and transport the paver down there. Now, luckily, the paver, you don't have to fill. There's some good conveniences, you know, such as being able to fill the sand in the dump truck, you know, as long as you're within the area of a quarry. There's some great conveniences like that. And one of the conveniences with this I like is that you don't have to fill the paver. Okay, we're going to pull the paver. We're using the winch on the equipment transporter here to pull the paver up onto the bed. Real easy, like so. Okay, I actually got in the paver, actually pulled it forward on the bed and locked the handbrake in place. So it's locked, it ain't going anywhere. We'll swap back to the transporter here. Okay, now honestly, I've never been able to strap the cargo. I don't know why I can't. I have the ramps up. I've got it attached to the winch and pulled up here. I've got its brake on. I'm not able to strap it. I haven't figured that one out yet, I'll be honest, but it's no problem. So our paver is not strapped down, but it should be fine. We're just going to head this up to the section of road we want to pave. All right, now this thing's ready to get to work. We don't have to fill it or anything. All we need for the paver to work is for there to be graded ground, which there is. So we're just going to follow the dump truck tire tracks here. Stay nice and central on it. We're going to put it in low gear so we can get a nice, you know, steady control of it. Look at that steaming hot asphalt going down. I swear that the game looks so good, I can almost smell it. Once this goes down, we're gonna come over and roll it with the roller, and we'll have us a paved road here. You can also build bridges too, of course. I mean, there's a lot more in this game. There's a lot more than just paving roads. There's a lot more than just paving roads. But I feel that I should say that, but maybe I didn't have to. All right, so next we're loading up the roller here. We're going to take this down to the paved section. I just came back to the garage and just deployed the roller and the equipment transporter right here. You got to love all the ambient sound effects here. If you can hear all the creaking and groaning and everything, this game is great at atmosphere. The atmospheric, the graphics, the rainfall, the sounds. The graphics, by the way, I have the graphics on medium. These are only on medium graphics. It's a little hard on my system. I might need to upgrade my computer some, but yeah. So I've got a i5, 12th gen i5 with a 3060 Ti graphics card. So my computer's a couple years behind the curve, and I'm still running. It still looks this good, you know. I'm only running it on medium. The game looks damn good, but yeah, the sounds are just, the ambience of this game is beautiful. The music is okay. The music is kind of so-and-so. I have the music on. I have it turned down to like 30 or something just in the background. It's nothing to really anything about, but these lush, beautiful graphics here in this, you know, imaginary region of North Africa, this is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, we are going to get this unloaded here. Now, with the roller, there's no anything to turn on. The roller is, well, it's a big heavy roller. We just drive it. We just drive it. And I'm going to shift it into low gear just so I have better control over it. Go slower, get better control, driving over the asphalt. And you can always make a couple trips back over it. You know, as you can see, I'm trying to keep this straight. As you can see, it's not as wide as the asphalt. So I'm only flattening the part that I'm driving over. You can come back over it and make it wider. And it will smash it down and squish it out. As you can see, if you look down by the left roller there, by the left of the roller, you can see that it's squishing some of it out. Everything here, like, as far as I've seen, all the physics are, yeah, everything has volume, everything squishes, compacts, and shifts and moves around. And yeah, it's really, really incredible like that. Like, you can see this smashing down and flattening out the asphalt. That's really, really gorgeous. I guess I could have done this earlier, zoomed in and really shown you how good everything looks. And again, this is not, my graphics are not even, yeah, they're just on medium. So comparing Roadcraft to SnowRunner, this game is way more than just point-to-point vehicle towing and delivery. This is logistics, infrastructure, supply routes, managing a company, you know, and managing all aspects of disaster recovery. You know, that's what I should have said at the beginning of the video. Managing all aspects of disaster recovery for affected areas, you know, restoring infrastructure, stuff like that. Look at that. Look at that beautiful, beautiful paved road surface. All right, now I'm pretty confident we could actually get a truck through this. Let's go ahead and let's just park this here off the road. So here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and finalize this. I forgot that we were even, you know, I'm so sidetracked on this. I completely Completely forgot. So we're going to go to infrastructure. We're going to say, we're going to open this. We're going to start plotting. We need to actually can zoom out here. So here's the place. Here's the location in Mbala we're starting from. And, okay, so right there, that truck is 100% going to get hung up in that. Yeah, so we're going to cut through this parking lot. So we tell it exactly where to go. There's no snapping to roads or anything like that because we can make our own roads. We can tell it to go in different parts of the road. If one part of the road gets kind of dug up and we can't get to that section to fix it right then and there, we can tell it to go to, you know, around that bit to a different section. So we're going to have it go over our newly paved section here. Totally unnecessary to pave that. Grading it would have been fine, but come on, man. Look what, you know, it's fun. Let's get all this. Now get through that. Truck should have no problems getting through this. This stuff will have to be graded eventually. Those vans that it drives, they're not the best at navigating difficult terrain. Let's get an idea where we're at. Okay, we're going up there. Oh, there's that stupid cart. You can see that cart right there that I was trying to push out of the way. Well, let's bring the truck around it. It might nudge into it here and there and slowly push it out of the way. Get this up here. Give it, you know, a nice arc to turn in. There we go. Dispatch vehicles. And let's follow the truck and see how we do here. So it's bringing. Look at that. Jeez. Okay. Remember what I said about the AI won't stop for nothing? The AI won't stop for nothing. All right. I didn't see that simple. Well, to be fair, I didn't tell him to go that way. I told him to go that way where that truck's going. We're going to have to come through here and fix this. Probably. Now, for this first initial trip, yeah, they're going to bring through these big trucks. But after this, they will just bring a van. All right, we're going to have to come through and fix that because I think he's going to get hung up on that. I don't. It should be an easy enough fix. Here, let's get in our grader. Steel pipes facility. We're going to open. Dispatch vehicles. Oops, that's my bad. Huh? Spectate. There we go. So, all right, I can see the other truck coming through. Whenever you dispatch vehicles, yeah, it sets the camera in a place where you can do this, or you can follow the vehicles if you want. We're going to follow them through this route. After these guys run through this, it should just be a road vehicle, which, well, actually, this looks like a road vehicle here. The green tire that I pointed out in the corner of the thing means that it's an on-road vehicle that takes the route, which means they'll likely get hung up on small things. Let's see how they run our newly paved road here. Man, this place is beautiful. Look at that. When the sun comes out, this place is beautiful. And this is the only map I've seen. I've done the tutorial. As of right now, the game just came out yesterday. I've done the tutorial, which is the tutorial, to be fair, is this map. The tutorial is called Precipice. And it is this map before the disaster. This map is called Aftermath. So I've only seen the same map twice, right? Before and now after the flood that's come through. There's several more maps, and we'll show you all that here in just a minute. When we get through with this, we're going to go back to the menu. I'll show you guys the other maps and vehicles and things like that. All right, and no big surprise, our trucks made it just fine. I mean, it's really paved most of the way, especially with the section of road that we paved. It's paved most of the way. So, oh, there you go. That second truck is just completing his run of it. Should get a notification any minute. There we go. Objective complete. That paid us some money, got us some XP. All right, recycling facilities are the primary means of producing resources. Each facility specializes in one type of resource. Oh, nice. So this facility recycles metal rubble into metal pipes. Gather metal rubble, matching the color of resource you want to produce. Interesting. This is something new. All right, so we got something to do with metal rubble now, other than just push it off the side of the road. You saw me pushing all that crap off the side of the road. We got something more to do with it now. So I'm going to explore how that works and everything later. For now, let's head back to the main menu. As far as I've seen, there's never any need to save. The game saves itself because I've quit the game multiple times. because that's always the first thing I look for, especially me, a more old school gamer from back in the day when you really, if you know, games only had specific points you could save. I always look for a save point. There is no save option in the menu. As far as I can tell, it just always saves everything. Right, so here's all the maps. So Precipice is where you start off. I 100%ed that. It's just the tutorial map. And then Aftermath, where we're at now, it's the same map, but after the disaster. It's really cool. And then there's these here, you know, and I don't know what to expect there. Up at the top, we can go to the garage shop. So here I can see the garage for my company. Here's the shop. Now here you can get an idea of the vehicles, but we can't see anything that we don't have unlocked. We can't actually view it. You know, I can't click here and see these vehicles. We can get an idea what they are. This right here is from DLC. This we could get with 65 grand. Again, well, this is from DLC. This I want. I'm saving up $65,000 for this. A 20-ton dump truck, and obviously this thing will go anywhere. However, to be fair, I've never gotten my current dump truck stuck anywhere. But yeah, there we go. That'll be fun. That'll be fun to drive around. Paver, crane. This is all basic stuff that I've got. This stuff I've yet to unlock, but you can kind of see it here and take a guess what some of it might be. I'm sure you can find this stuff elsewhere. I mean, you could look on the internet. People have videos of this stuff. I haven't unlocked it yet. I'm enjoying figuring this all out as I go. This is a really great game to do that with. So, you know, is Roadcraft like SnowRunner? Yeah, a lot like it, but it's definitely, this is its own game. This is its own game. I've shown as good as I can really what it's based on and everything like that. So, guys, be sure to tell me what you think down in the comments below. The game costs, I believe it was $40. I paid $50. For $50, I got like basically the season pass. So, I mean, heck yeah. Every bit worth the money. Every bit worth the money. If you like anything like this, I play Farming Simulator, American Truck Simulator here on the channel. This game fits right in with the stuff I love to do. So yeah, guys, make sure you're subscribed. If you like to follow along with the content, let me know in the comments down below. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks a lot.